song says, I'm so glad that trouble don't last always. It says, weeping may endure for a night, but keep the faith, it will be all right. And just piggybacks off of something that Reverend Hendricks said, until we understand who God has created us to be, and until we understand that God didn't make any mistakes when he made us, until our children understand that God is all in all, until our children understand that the change must be made from the inside out. We do so much talking on the outside and try to put it in. The change needs to be made from the inside out. And listen, we're going to sing. You can dress a pig up, you can tell him he's all that, or he's going to go back to the mud. But if you change the way he thinks and change his inside, then he's going to do what he's prone to do, what he is accustomed to do, what he's been changed to do. So there'll never be a change as much as we talk and march and speak, but the change will come when the inside is changed. There needs to be a revival where the young people need to know their worth and need to be changed from the inside out, not from the outside. And the song says, trouble don't last always.
When you want him, but he's always on time. And I found him to be a friend of mine. In the midst of your trials, he'll be right there. And every one of your burdens, my God will share. I'm so glad. Hey, 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 trouble don't last. Aren't you glad? Hey, 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 trouble won't last. Listen, he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. To be a friend of mine. In the midst of your trials, he'll be right there. And every one of your burdens, my God will share. I'm so glad. Hey, 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 trouble don't last. Trouble won't last. Weeping may endure. Just keep the faith. It'll be. Weeping may endure. Well, just keep the faith. It'll be. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's gonna be all right. Trouble don't last, trouble don't last. I'm so glad that I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Come on, alto, sing it for me. Trouble don't last, trouble won't last. Aren't you glad that trouble won't last? No, trouble don't last, trouble won't last. Come on, tell us what you sing it. Trouble don't last, trouble won't last. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad. Come on, everybody sing it. Trouble don't last, trouble don't last. I'm so glad that trouble don't last. No, trouble won't last, trouble won't last. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm so glad. Hey, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that trouble don't last. No, it don't last. It won't last. Weeping may endure. Oh, just keep the faith. It'll be weeping may endure. Oh, just keep the faith. It'll be all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's gonna be all right.
Because Angel Mercado Santiago brought us here together. We're here because his life was negatively impacted in a very real and harsh way because of violence in our community. We're here today because we support Mercado Santiago family because they represent a whole lot of other families who have sat in the same place of loss, of hurt, tremendous disappointment, because we as a community has failed. Today in this room, there are educators, there are law enforcement, there are city fathers, county fathers, there are clergy, there are people who are concerned about our community. Atlantic City, Pleasantville, Atlantic County. And all of you together have the ability, the power, and prayerfully tonight, the willingness to say that enough is enough. That we're not going to be held hostage. That our schools are not going to be unsafe for our best investment, our children. That our churches and places of worship are going to be locked during the course of the week when there should be programs and activities that empower our young people, that even our economic powers are going to close the doors to access that our children have other options than what they're doing now with drugs and drug dealing. We today have the power, we today have the ability, and before you and all of your sheets is a community statement that we want to adopt tonight, because we can march, but until we come together and strategize and implement a plan to turn our cities around, trouble will last always. Trouble will not stop until we stop trouble. And we decree and we declare today that we as a people, we as a community, we as politicians, we as educators, we as clergy, we as people who are concerned about the welfare and well-being of our community, take a stand against the trouble we've seen. We, the attendees at the Call Community Awareness and Consciousness held on Monday, January 13, 2014, at the Union Baptist Temple in Atlantic City, New Jersey, do hereby resolve, accept, endorse, and implement the following statement of community resolve. As residents, parents, citizens, leaders, and members of communities of Atlantic City, Pleasantville, and surrounding areas unanimously resolve that we are united in our resolve to take positive steps to eliminate violence in our respective communities. That we are united in our resolve to call a planning session on Monday, January 20th, 2014, Dr. King's birthday at 5 p.m. at Union Baptist Temple to begin to draft action plans to establish a peaceful community. That we are united in our resolve to assist law enforcement to help maintain law, order, and justice in our society. That we are united in our resolve to seek additional safety and preventive measures to violent incidents in our neighborhoods. That we are united in our resolve to support and help existing institutions, agencies, organizations, and individuals who are engaged in positive activities to help our youth cope with negative influences. And finally, we are united in our resolve through our respective religious communities to speak with one voice for peaceful solutions to problems in our communities while seeking justice and having compassion for all. What shall we do with this community statement of resolve?
Second to the
All in favor, let it be known by standing in unison. Give yourselves a great hand.
Thank you very much, Reverend Days. If Aleem Adams is here, can he come forward? Aleem Adams, if he's here, can he come forward? And also, someone told me Chief White came in. Chief, if Chief White is still here, let him come forward.
Tragic and senseless manner. That's why we're here. And I want first to extend sympathy from the Atlantic City Board of Education, board members, Donna Hayes, Superintendent, to you, Angel Mercado, Santiago's family. That's the first thing we want to do. And then I just want to say that our very presence here this afternoon should serve as a pledge, the pledge that we just took, y'all, that Angel's death won't be just another newsworthy article from last week or from next month. That we're here tonight because we want to just ignite the flame that's with all of us. And there is a flame with all of us. That we want to do something. We want to activate something. We want to get involved. We want to do something preemptive so that we're not sitting here again, y'all. Something preemptive so we're not sitting here again. In any manner we can to stop this violence. So tonight, let's serve as a springboard for intervention. You've already said what we're going to do on the 20th. Intervention is what we're going to come back for on the 20th. Certainly we won't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. But we do have, and what we do have is an abundance of love. Love and concern for our children. But tonight, let's begin by telling our children just how much we love them. How much we're concerned about them. Every aspect of their lives, whether it's what they're doing, who they're with, where they're going, what's on their mind. We got to talk to them, y'all. We got to talk to them, okay? We got to talk to them. So what I'm saying right now for just this second is maybe, just maybe, they will in turn talk to us. Maybe, just maybe, they will share with us what they believe needs to be done to stop this. They may have some of the answers. We got to talk to them. But as all the pastors just said, I want to end by this note. Spiritual intervention is needed here. Spiritual intervention is needed. Prayer is needed here. No matter where we are, school or what, prayer is needed here, y'all. And that's the only way we're going to move this thing forward. So as Mrs. Hay oversees the Board of Education and the students and the schools, and the board sits there and I sit there, believe me, we do pray for our children. We do pray over our schools that won't come into the building. But now we got to pray over our community so it won't be in the building and outside of the building. We can do this if we just stay involved. He just said, take somebody tonight that you may not even know and know them enough to say we're going to come together so that Atlantic City and Pleasantville are not sitting in this spot again this time next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
This event tonight. Thank you to all the clergy who are here and to everyone here that we're praying together to bring safety into Atlantic City. Our children are our most precious resource, and today we grieve the loss of Angel Mercado Santiago. And we want to let you know how heartbroken we are and how saddened we are with this event. I want to thank Dr. LaQuetta Small, and I want to thank Miss Tracy Barnes and the school family at the Pennsylvania Avenue School who has been with you and helping you and trying to comfort you in this most terrible of all circumstances. So we, as an entire school family, we just want to thank all of our staff and everyone involved in our school system, because we do truly care about each and every one of the students. But while our students are our most valuable resource, they are exposed and inundated on a daily basis with the messages of violence and lack of respect for human life through music, through television, through movies, through video games. We, all of us, we need to emphasize the counterpoint to the violent dialogue, that life is precious and violence is never the answer. Violence should be not glamorized. It should never be celebrated. It should be seen for what it is, the worst possible way to settle a dispute. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Hay. And let me just thank all of the speakers for adhering to the time limit. I think that you will agree that
all of us to wake up this morning and start us on our way. Certainly to the pastor of this edifice, Reverend Bay, to all the Reverend clergy, it is indeed good to be in the house of the Lord just one more time. I declare, Reverend Hendricks, I am not going to preach today. But let me just for a few minutes, Mr. Shabazz, if I may, I think it's important to let the community know that I put out a call to the, as you know, I'm a new elected freeholder, and I put out a call to my colleagues on the freeholder board, and I would ask that my colleagues of the freeholder board, if they would stand. Chairman Famika was here. I don't know where he disappeared to, but the point I'm making is, made our call and asked them if they would come. They feel your pain, and that's why they're here. It's not an election, but they feel your pain. But I just wanted to say today to the family, as I look out in this audience, as I told Brother Kaleem the other day, we keep going to rallies, we keep going to candlelight visuals, and 2 weeks later we're going to somebody's funeral. We've got to stop it. But I charge and I ask the question in this room today, among our leaders, our parents, when the last time we reached back and told some young kid we loved them? When is the last time we gave them a word of encouragement? It is all of our responsibilities, whether we the preacher, the teacher, or the undertaker. We've got to reach back in our communities and to let them know we love them, and they do make a difference. We've got to let them know that they're not the forgotten youth of yesteryears, but they're our future. Jesse Jackson once said, and I believe it was right here in 1984, he said, we must turn to each other, not on each other. He said, we must be better and not bitter. We must take hope over dope and give life a chance. My sisters and brothers, is not where you come from, but we in this together. And I'm telling you, it is all of our responsibilities, from the oldest to the youngest, that we are our brothers and sisters keepers. And God is holding all of us responsible. Because he said, for what you've done to the least of thee, you're done unto me. My brothers and sisters, when we leave here tonight, we must leave here with a new understanding that we must not only come together for times like this, but get involved in our communities, get involved in our churches, get involved in our community organization. I tell you, the kids today got more than I ever had. We must take them by the hand. And last, in closing, what is it for me to be in a marathon? And I run this marathon, and I crossed the finish line. And I didn't bring anybody with me. My point is, I was not a winner. I got to reach back and bring somebody with me. Leaders, step up. Neighbors, step up. Family, step up. We love you, but God loves you best. God bless you.
It is a very sad day in our community when, in broad daylight, one child has taken the life of another. In 2 days, we're going to celebrate the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., one of the greatest civil rights leaders that we have known, and a man who has committed his life to nonviolence. And we're going to watch all the talking heads on TV, and we're going to read everyone that's writing the newspaper tell us about how far we have come since his death. But for Angel, Mercado, San Diego, we have not come far enough. I was there in the emergency room with the family on the afternoon of his death, and it was very heartfelt to find so many others of you that came out of your busy schedule to be there with their family. And I was there at Pennsylvania Avenue School the following day, and I was so proud to see our superintendent of school, Donna Hayes, principal, Dr. Small, all of the teachers and the guidance counselors from every other elementary school that came together to bring comfort to the students at Pennsylvania Avenue School. Tonight, it is very heartwarming to see that you have joined together in this sad day. What can we do? We can start by offering prayer for the family of Angel. Then we need to pray for the end of violence in our city and in our world. I thank you for coming. You're here because you know that life is precious, but we need to teach that lives to so many other people. Let us go in prayer. Let us pray for Angel's family. Let us pray for the end of violence. God bless you.
Tweedle, Mayor of Pleasantville.
I didn't know I was a transplant. First, let me begin by offering my heartfelt condolences for the family of Angel. And I just want to assure you that his life and death will not be in vain. And it comes to mind, a situation like this, a song that I've never forgotten. And that song is Gone Too Soon, Way Too Soon. And I think it's appropriate for this occasion. Maybe Marty Smalls might want to sing it later on. You know, it's ironic for me to be up here speaking because this is the church that raised me, that gave me my foundation to succeed in life. I was baptized here. I was married here. I went to Bible school here. I used to come here at 7 o'clock in the morning before school if I felt I needed prayer, especially when I had a wrestling match. The churches are our refuge and our salvation, and I want to thank the great Atlantic City faith leaders for making this happen tonight. You know, a lot of things were said that I was going to say, and I just want to reiterate one thing, is that our kids are our most precious resource and gift. And I'd like everyone to know it's every adult's intrinsic responsibility to protect our kids, make our kids productive and competitive in life. And I don't care if if an adult is not a parent, or school teacher, or police officer. It takes a village to raise a family. And you know, one thing else is that our kids will not begin to care unless they know we care. And I'm not going to stand up here and give a long lecture on what needs to be done, because I have a motto. It's called show and tell. And I try to show better than I tell. And we all need to show better than we tell. Action speaks louder than words. I'm a member of the Coalition for Safe Coalition, and it was mentioned earlier. And I can't say enough about these group of individuals. And it was mentioned about Perry Mays being our chairperson. But he's the person, is the glue to hold all these individuals together. And I just want to name a few to give you a sense of what type of individuals belong to this coalition. We have our very own Atlantic County Prosecutor Jim McClain, our Atlantic County Sheriff Frank Ballas, both mayors of Atlantic City and Pleasantville, both Chief of Police for Atlantic City and Pleasantville, mothers in charge, a host of clergy. And that's only to name a few. And these individuals are committed to tackling issues that plague us on a daily basis, especially in Atlantic City and Pleasantville. And our goal is to make Atlantic County safe and violent-free so that we can live, work, and play in this type of environment. We need our adults in schools, coaching, sports, at our Boys and Girls Club. We need them everywhere. I spend a great deal of time in our schools, and the kids always ask me, why are you always in our school? You know what I tell them? How can you be me if you don't see me? Okay? How can you be us if you don't see us? How can you be them if you don't see them? So that's important. We need to be everywhere for our kids. And it's extremely important that we embrace this senseless incident. So I asked everyone to look to your right and look to your left and say, enough is enough. And you know, better than that, join hands and make a pledge. Let the energy flow through this church and this community. And say that I will protect, I will respect, and I will love one another. And angels' death will not be in vain. God bless you, and thank you so much.
The Honorable Marty Small.
At the request of the Union Baptist Temple Choir, I would begin with the solo. But I got my marching orders to keep it under 3 minutes. But on a serious note, good evening to the church, all the officials, clergy, and everyone here in attendance. It truly shows that we care. Make no mistake about it, we can't stop here. I mean, we've always, hear about rallies and marches late night. I've been a part of them. and we really need to do more. But before I speak any further, because I don't want it to be about me, though this is the district that I represent, I'm going to ask all my colleagues from City Council to come join me on the stage. And just to know, I mean, this is a joint effort. I mean, it's difficult, especially, you know, in my professional life, running the Boys and Girls Club and now running all the after-school activities for Atlantic City Schools. A lot of these children, you know, I've worked with up close and personal. And it's difficult as a representative of the Second Ward where, you know, we've had a lot of issues with violence that I have to go in these homes and console parents and console children. I mean, it's a very difficult job because of the relationship. But I want everybody to know one thing. I mean, you know, we all here in Atlantic City. First time something goes wrong, and we being honest, we're in the house of the Lord. They say, what is council doing? And if we want to be honest, government don't raise your children. And one of the things that we need to do, and I heard a lot of things like words like fear. Being honest, it's a lot of scared men in this community that's scared to stand up, you know, and basically want to lay the blame at us. What are we doing? We're not law enforcement. We're here to basically give the money out to keep these programs going. And I'm tired of hearing that there's nothing for these youth to do. It's plenty to do. It's more now more than ever. You have the Boys and Girls Club, you have PAL, you have the city's the school district's after school program, you have YAP, you have the Atlantic Care Family Centers. It's all about choices and options. And like I said, you know, we need these parents to stop being enablers, you know? Just because the man isn't home and handling his responsibilities doesn't give an excuse to enable a child to run ransack through your home by selling drugs and doing other legal activities, but you condoning it because it's helping out. So what we need to do, all of this energy in this room tonight, and I can speak like this because I'm on the front line. All of this energy in this room tonight, we need to bottle it up and we need to meet again. We need to meet once a month because guess what? 2 weeks from now, people are going to forget about it. And as I stated, our worst nightmares as a community have come true. We lost a 13-year-old. And not to say that death has a number on it, an age when you go, but you know, we are ready when the good Lord is ready to take us. But it's unexcusable. Can't walk home from school. I mean, it needs to stop. And this city council, we're going to stand united. We're going to stand with the community. We're going to get our hands dirty. Because let's be honest, when we do those midnight walks, the people that, you know, see the cop lights and see all the community leaders coming, they're going to scatter. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. When we do these rallies, after a while, it's going to die down. But we need to just keep this momentum and energy going, and we need to basically get in the face of these children and tell them. And it's a challenge to the community. Parents, especially the men, step up and raise your children and keep this thing going. Thank you. Have a good day.
WEHA, thank you so much for your support and leadership. Our last speaker, certainly not least, is Lamont Fauntleroy. Lamont Fauntleroy is Executive Director of Youth Advocate Program. We talked about that earlier because we wanted to make sure that not just a rally, that we have some substance and something that you could hold on to after you leave. Let me make a quick announcement though. Sister Lois over here has lost her keys, a big key ring. If anyone has found that key ring, Tweedle, come on, you come over to Atlantic City. Excuse him, Reverend Beck.
Good evening, everyone. We thank you for your attendance and your support and words of encouragement, and we're certain that they mean a lot to this family who has suffered the loss of so much in the person of a son and a brother. And I guess I'm just, some habits die hard. And being a Baptist, when I see a gathering like this, I think of two things. Amen. I think of the preaching of the gospel, and I think about the baptism. We apply generously the word and water. But it occurs to me that some of us who may have been a part of this service this evening may be asking yourself, is there anything that I can do? Is there anything I can do on a tangible basis that would be helpful to this family? And I think the number of funerals that I've attended, of young and old, younger number of burials, and oftentimes we walk away from the cemetery somewhat relieved, but a lot of flowers are left on the ground, which represents a lot of money left on the ground that could well have served the family, could well have served those who suffered loss in a tangible way. So I'm just going to exercise my option as a pastor of the church, as the pastor of this church, to ask you to participate in a offering which will be given to the family in honor of Angel, and we ask that you will share generously in that offering. Now we've got some men too. We've got some of the officials of this church, and I'm going to ask that they will come after following the next speaker. Will you come in place and receive this offering? If you want to make a check, you can make it to the family. You'll get a name from them that you
Lamont Fauntleroy is going to be our next speaker from the Youth Advocate Program. After that, we will take the collection, as Reverend Bay has indicated. After that, we will have another selection from the choir. After that, Bishop. Stand up so everybody can see y'all, these fine leaders. Thank you for coming out to the elected and appointed officials. Thank you, freeholders. Thank you, Mayor Guardian. Thank you, council people. Thank you, freeholder Ernest Corsi. I also believe that the president of the the Teachers Association is here. Could she stand? Is she still Ms. Josephs? She's here, Madam President. To Barbara Hudgens, who is the chair of the trustee board here in Union Temple, thank you so much for all your help. Union Temple, the leadership in the church, you've been tremendous, and we really appreciate everything you did. January the 20th, that's Martin Luther King's birthday. We're going to gather here again at 5 o'clock. I know all the speakers are going to be here. All the leaders are going to be here. Bishop Washington, I know we're going to encourage them to, as we said, come here on Martin Luther King's day, 5 o'clock here at Union Baptist Temple. We're going to start our serious planning. Not that this is not serious, but more detailed. Lamont Fauntleroy.
I work for the Youth Advocate Program, and what we do is we advocate for youth. And mainly, you probably would see me on the second floor. Anybody in this room that's had some involvement in juvenile court, that's where you might find myself, Brother Al, Brother Hargrove sitting here. And I say that to say this. I want to talk about work that's being done, because there is work being done in our community to try to combat this crime to try to give more options to our young people, and they do have options. But in 2009, we had 383 youth detained, meaning sent to harbor fields. And that's 383 kids, and we have a small community. But in 2013, it went down to 237, okay? And the reason why I say that is because I want everybody to say community. Come on, community. And one more, work. And that's what we need to do, because often we see a lot of our youth walking the streets, and what we will do is we'll cross the street. We need to start confronting our youth. When we hear them cursing, when we hear them gathering, it looks like something's about to go down, we need to step in the middle of it. All the speakers that were here before were just saying that, you know, we need to get more involved. And I see it. I'm on the, like Marty said, I'm on the pavement. We have Little League programs. We have our baseball programs that we can't even fill. We have 6 sponsors and we can't fill 6 teams. And that's sad in the community where I grew up with Little League baseball and sports and things like that. And if we have the people, the sponsors that want to help us, then the community, we got to help our children. Sometimes when they standing out on that corner throwing a rock and say, hey, don't you want to throw baseball? You know, but what we do, we cross the street. That's a bad kid. So we have to look at our kids and love all our kids in this community. And we have to find, you know, one thing Judge Jackson, the Honorable Judge Jackson says, Lamont, give me options. And because that's the last thing he wants to do is send a kid away. Give him options. And this is what we, the community, need to do, is start coming up with more options for our young people. You know, we need this, you know, our Boys and Girls Club and our PAL, and I'm going to put them on blast tonight. We close on weekends. We need to open on weekends. We need to open later in the evenings. I commend Marty Small for midnight basketball. It worked. You know, we need to go back to those things. Our kids, they stay up to 3, 4 o'clock playing video games and things like that. Then we need to have activities that they are interacting with their own peers and with other people in our community, and I think it'll make us a better community. Thank you.
Makes no difference what the problem. Yes, I have this blessed assurance. He will take my gloom and sorrow. He will comfort, strengthen and keep you. Well, I can't call when I need him. Far up in heaven, I can't go to God in prayer. I can't go. Makes no difference what the problem. Yes, I have this blessed assurance. He will take my gloom and sorrow. He will comfort, strengthen and keep you. Well, I can't call when I need him. Far up in heaven, I can't go to God in prayer. I can't go. Sometimes these burdens, they keep on coming. But I have someone who is so faithful. Well, He can work it out. He can work it out. Well, I don't have no doubt. The Lord can work it out. 'Cause I have His blessed assurance. Well, I can't call when I need Him. Father up in heaven, I can't go to God in prayer. I can't go.
Let us stand together for the offertory.
Right here, 5 o'clock at Union Baptist Temple, which is going to also be facilitated by the next voice you're going to hear, Bishop Fulton Hargrove, who is the coordinator for 365, which is a program that the Coalition for Safe Community is instituting. It's a national program dealing with issues such as this. So we encourage you to come out if you can. If not, send a representative. If not, be with us in prayer as we move forward. To close us out, and again, thank all of you, Bishop Hargrove, to give us the benediction. Bishop Hargrove.
Let us stand. To the family, many voices have come, but with one voice, we say, may all these words find place in your grieving heart. As Moses said to Aaron, and Aaron said to the people, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face to you and give you peace. Amen. Go in peace.